بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد اللهم قوني فيه على إقامة أمرك وأذقني فيه حلاوة ذكرك وأوزعني فيه لأداء شكرك بكرمك واحفظني فيه بحفظك وسترك يا أبصر الناظرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, my dear brothers and sisters. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين بعدد ما أحاط به علمك وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا وشفيع ذنوبنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد صلوات الله عليه وسلامه عليه وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما بقية الله في العالمين. Quran is a book of life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed these words as creator, as someone who is the maker of everything, including us, to the heart of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That we can get benefit, we can use this great favor upon us, the holy book of Quran. There is nothing more greater than Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestowed upon us this great favor to all Muslims. So one of the way that we can understand the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, maybe the first step, is to understanding that these words are coming from your Lord, someone who created you, someone who is the designer and the maker of everything. Either we can see or we cannot see, right? Including us. So we have to take these ayats seriously. We cannot choose or pick and choose these ayats of Quran, right? Because it's the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam recorded these ayats with difficulties, with hardship. The companion, true companions, great companions of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam worked hard in order to keep this book. And throughout history, our Imams alayhi salatu wasalam and great scholars, they work hard to keep this religion, to keep this Quran as it is, as it was. So when we read the ayats of Quran, we find that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sometimes directly telling us that we are looking for these advices for years, or we have to look at these advices for years. And if we implement these ayats, we will have a better life. Sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala trying to fix our mindset about things that we're doing, our world that we're living in. In this ayah, in Surah Al-Imran, ayah number 133, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is drawing our attention to something that it's very fundamental mindset in our daily life. Before going to the ayah, I will give you an introduction about the first ayah that we're going to talk about. So you know that we have a tendency as a human being. Sometimes we want to compete with each other. And this feeling of overcoming things, this feeling of winning, right, make us even excited about some sports. And that's the secret of it, right? Sports and shows, they want to engage others, audiences, to these programs, right? And if we remove that part of competition or competing, no one would be interested in watching it, right? Imagine there is a sport and there is a cup, right? Like World Cup. And we know that there's one team is the best of the team and other teams are just, uh, not good, right? So no one would be interested in watching those matches or those sport games. So the secret of it is to make you compete, right? And in our life, even sometimes we tend to compete with our family, our relatives, our friends, right? And sometimes some people they go further, even in terms of materialistic aspect, they compete with each other, right? If someone buy a big house, the other want to have a bigger house or nicer car, or this list can go, till forever, right? There's no end to that kind of competition. So what we can do about this? What Allah is telling us in Quran, in this holy book? One of the places, I emphasize one of the places, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about this concept, the concept of competition among believers, among human beings in different occasions. In one of the places is in Surah Al-Imran, ayah number 133. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَسَارِعُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ. Compete with each other. Rush toward the forgiveness of your Lord. وَجَنَّةٍ عَرْضُهَا السَّمَاوَاتُ وَالْأَرْضِ. And the heavens are huge, and the greatness of heaven is as the heavens and the earth. وَأُعِدَّتْ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. And this place, this heaven, is prepared for muttaqin, for people that are pious. So here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is drawing our attention to this very fact that I know, as Allah, the designer, the maker, He knows that we like to compete with each other. We like to compete. We like the concept of competition. So let's just make it in a way that it's beneficial for you. It's not going to burn you down in this world, in this materialistic world. So if we want to use that feeling in our advantage, we need to compete with each other in goodness. So here, sara'u literally means you rush toward the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, trying to get ahead of others toward goodness. If something happening in your community, something good, you try to take charge, right? Because you have this purpose. You want to do more. You want to work harder to achieve things that will give you or help you to reach the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In other places, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala use sabiqu or fastabiqu, literally means competition, compete with each other in goodness. أُعِدَّتْ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. This heaven is prepared for pious people. So who are the pious people, right? After understanding that we have to compete with each other in goodness, and this heaven is prepared for the muttaqin, the next question would be, who are the muttaqin? Who are those good people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always honoring them throughout the Quran, right? The next ayah, الَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ فِي السَّرَّاءِ وَالضَّرَّاءِ. Those people that they do charity in hardship and at ease. For them, there's no difference between hardship and being at ease, at the stage of ease, right? They do always charity. Different, way of charity. Sometimes money, small, if they have big amount of money. and sometimes with a smile, sometimes with teaching others, sometimes with helping others, different type of charity. So they do it in all stages of their life. The next, وَالْكَاظِمِينَ الْغَيْظَ. When they get angry, they control themselves. And kadama here means, imagine there is a container of water, right? And this water, you're trying to fill it up, this container with water, and at the end, this water is, because you're pouring too much water, the water is coming out from that container. What you do is you close that container in order to stop water from coming out. And that's meaning when you get angry, so much so that you cannot even control that, like that container, it's coming out, all the anger, so you take it down. You control yourself in those situations. If you do that, as Prophet said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would enlighten your heart with iman and faith. وَالْعَافِينَ عَنِ النَّاسِ, and they forgive others. وَاللَّهُ يُحِبُّ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. Allah loves those people that they are good doers. So that was our beautiful lesson from Juz 4. Inshallah, we're going to talk about one of the lessons from Juz 5. Thank you. Take care of yourself and your family. Wassalamu alaikum.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم ارزقني حج بيتك الحرام في عامي هذا وفي كل عام ما أبقيتني في يسر منك وعافية وسعة رزق، ولا تخلني من تلك المواقف الكريمة والمشاهد الشريفة وزيارة قبر نبيك صلواتك عليه وآله، وفي جميع حوائج الدنيا والآخرة فكلي. اللهم إني أسألك فيما تقضي وتقدير من الأمر المحتوم في ليلة القدر، من القضاء الذي لا يرد ولا يبدل، أن تكتبني من حجاج بيتك الحرام المبرور حجهم والمشكور سعيهم المغفور ذنوبهم المكفر عنهم سيئاتهم. واجعل فيما تقضي وتقدر أن تطيل عمري وتوسع علي رزقي وتؤدي عني أمانتي وديني. آمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن عليًا ولي الله. أشهد أن عليًا حجة الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. حي على خير العمل. حي على خير العمل. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. لا